Hello and welcome to Friday's second edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Second edition because there was a crossword video earlier on today. But we're trying in this video a Sudoku called Pinpoint by RandyDan. And we have had this one recommended a lot to us, including, I might say, by another very good constructor called 99% Sneaky, whose name will be familiar to some of you, who says that this is one of the best puzzles they've solved this year so far. So apparently this is beautiful. It's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know exactly what all of the grid furniture means. There's nothing surprising here, nothing hidden. There's no knight's moves. There's nothing. But I'm looking forward to having a go at this one in a moment or two's time. Let me just update you on some things before that. On this Friday afternoon, we have scheduled blueprints. So we are going to be streaming on Monday. Mark was a little unsure about his diary next week, which is much fuller than usual, but we can do it. So Monday night at 10 p.m. UK time. We'd love to have your company. It's our 33rd visit to the Blueprints Mansion. Oh, now also it is the closing date today for our monthly competition over on Patreon. We've had this running since the 1st of February. This is the Skunkworks Duality 3. So this is not quite the final tally, but getting close to it. So we had 416 yesterday. Let's see where we are. 472. That's quite a rally. Brilliant. Well, we will get to 500, won't we? 500 people will solve all 19 puzzles. That's phenomenal. Very well done to everybody who's got involved. I mean, look how many puzzles have got 1,000 solves. It's fantastic. It really is fantastic. And a huge thanks to the Skunkworks for producing such a wonderful, wonderful series of puzzles. Really, the feedback, as I said yesterday, has been terrific. What else can I tell you about? I've mentioned the crossword video. I've got birthdays to do. Let me look at my list of birthdays. Alexia. Oh, yeah, no, that's good because I couldn't remember. I think I do vaguely recall turning Alexa off a few months ago, so I don't have to worry about saying Alexia. But Alexia, you've turned 25 today. I know you've been watching for a couple of years and you find the videos satisfying because you always think at the start the puzzles seem impossible, but hopefully by the end they are resolved. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you have a brilliant 25th birthday. And I hope the chocolate cake is mighty fine, of course. Next, Claire. Claire, you've turned 6 today. And I know this because your daddy Nate wrote to me and told me the most lovely story about you. I know when your mummy tucks you in at night, you ask her to sing songs. But when it's your daddy tucking you in, you like to watch Simon. And you enjoy the music from the videos, the birthday announcements, and the talking about the numbers before you go to sleep. Claire, I cannot tell you how wonderful that is. It really does tickle me pink. It made my day reading your daddy's email. So Claire, I hope you've had a brilliant 6th birthday. And I hope the presents were good. And I hope you had some cake as well. Chocolate cake, of course, is the best cake. Many happy returns. Next, birthday for tomorrow for John. John, over there in Canada. You're turning the big 4-0, my friend. I know this because your wife Lucy wrote to me and told me that tomorrow you're going to be playing snowkay, which is croquet in the snow. Is that possible? There can't be a lot of snow if you're going to play snowkay. It does sound fun though, and I know you're planning on enjoying some time with your daughters and some apple cake, apple birthday cake. Well, that's okay. That's okay, and maybe some Sudoku watching in the evening. So, John, I hope you have a brilliant birthday tomorrow. I hope the snowkay goes well. Many happy returns. Another birthday, I think, tomorrow is for Mary. Mary, I know it's your birthday because your husband, Jason, told me that you were turning a secret age. What could that mean? I know some of you will know what the secret age might be, but we shan't reveal it. I'm told that the two of you watch Cracking the Cryptic 5 or 6 nights a week. Well, thank you both for doing that. And Mary, I hope you have a brilliant birthday with some very heavily iced chocolate cake, of course. And then finally, Olimar. Some of you may know the name Olimar. We've featured Olimar in videos many times. A brilliant constructor. Today turning the big 5-0. And I think Olimar was hoping to go to the 16th Gathering for Gardener event, which I've had recommended to me a few times. But you've got to go to the German Educational Union's group abroad instead. I've got to say, I'd rather go to Gathering for Gardener than that. I know in your next half century of years, though, you're planning on going to Gathering for Gardener. I hope you get that wish. And Olimar, I would suggest you watch Mark's video later on this evening. Many happy returns. Now, let's have a look at Pinpoint by RandyDan. The rules of this one are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. German whispers. So adjacent digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. So if this digit was a 1, this would have to be a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9 in order to be sufficiently different from the digit 1. Dutch whispers. So this is a Dutch whispers line. Adjacent digits along an orange line must differ by at least 4. So this is sort of German whispers' younger brother. So if this was a 1, this could be a 5. So because the digits only have to differ by 4 or more. So it could be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. That's how Dutch whispers work. And then Renbans. Digits along a purple line form a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So imagine this was, if this was a 6, oh no, that's going to make it very complicated. I'll make this a 9. If this is a 9, this has to be, this line, because it has to contain a consecutive series of digits, it must contain 6, 7, 8, and 9 now. And the ordering can be anything. So that would be totally legitimate. Oh, the phone's buzzing, that's fine. Now, Kropki dots, we've got digits separated by a white dot, a consecutive. So if this is a 2, this is either a 1 or a 3 to be consecutive with 2. And if 2 digits are separated by a black dot, then one digit is double the other. So if this was a 4, this could either be a 2, because 4 is double 2, or it could be an 8, because 8 is double 4. One of those things would have to be true, and not all possible dots are given. So it was perfectly fine, for example, for this to be a 5 and a 6. They don't have to have a white dot between them. It's just in these specific dominoes, we know something about the relationships between the digits there. And they are, let me just check, they are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, we've got a sort of 2 upside down camels, haven't we? Or is it, does a camel have 2 humps and a dromedary have 1, or is it the other way around? I don't know. We've got 2 upside down creatures. Oh, maybe I'll start with the black dots then. I can't really see anything immediately. So let's just look at this series of 3 digits here and think about those. Now, because we know there's a doubling relationship on each of these dominoes, and because we know none of these digits can repeat, we must be looking at a sequence which is either 1, 2, 4, that would work, 2, 4, 8, that would work, but would anything larger work? No. 3, 6, 12 wouldn't work. 12 is not a Sudoku digit. And because you can't repeat digits, you couldn't have something. Oh, I was trying to go 3, 6. I can't go back to 3 again because I'll break Sudoku. So this sequence is either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. Now there are 2 consequences of that. The first is that we can say for sure that in this box the digits 2 and 4 are in these 3 cells. That's forced. The other thing is the central digit of the 3 is always a 2 or a 4 because again it's either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8, and these cells have to be from 1, 2, 4 or 8. So this is definitely odd. but it can't be... what can it be? I think it can be 3 or 5 only. I might be wrong about that. I mean, it's got to be consecutive with 2 or 4. So in theory, it's 1, 3, or 5, but I don't think it can be 1. Because if it's 1, one of these dominoes will have a 1 around it as well. Because 2, we can put a digit that's double 2, i.e. 4, on one domino, but the other digit will have to have the digit that's half 2, which will be 1 again. So I think this is 3 or 5. Which I don't really see how that works. 5. If it was 5, 5 would get restricted in box 1. But let's just think about why that's the case. German whispers. There are some secrets that we can share about German whispers lines. The first secret is that we can't put 5 on the line at all. Let's try that. Why is that? If we put 5 on the line, the next digit has to be at least 5 different from 5. And if we go downwards, we'll hit 0 and then we'll be in negative territory. Well, they aren't Sudoku numbers. And if we go upwards, we'll hit 10 or higher, and they aren't Sudoku numbers. So you simply can't put 5 on a green line. Just wondering whether that's enough to do something. And let me come back to that. Now, what that means is that every digit on a green line either has the property of being below 5 or above 5. And the crucial thing to realise about German whispers lines is that they have to oscillate. So if this digit was a below 5 digit, this digit, could it also be below 5? No, because these can't be 5 apart. So this would have to be from the above 5 set. Now this would have to be from the below 5 set, etc. So there's going to be some, well, so those cells are going to be, what colour shall I choose? Choose purple. Those cells, those purple cells are either from the high set or the low set, and we don't know which, and then we'll have some indigo to offset that. And the same is going to be true of our upside down camel down here. But this is where it'll get tricky. We don't know. Say purple was low. We can't just fill this in with purple, because purple, the low digits might be in the other positions on the bottom line. So we'll have to use different colours. And hopefully at some stage, whoopsie, I was trying to make those grey. Hopefully at some stage we'll be able to reconcile the colours across our upside down camels. I was thinking about 5. I'm not sure. It feels like there's some sort of windmill thing going on here. 5 in all of these boxes has to be in those cells. So if this is oh no, that's lovely. That's very simple as well. It's very simple. Yeah, I love that. I should have seen it without having to obfuscate everything with pencil marks. But look, this can't be 5. Because where would 5... The question to ask, and it's a weird question from putting a 5 here, but if you put a 5 here, what's going on in column 6 is the question to ask, if this is a 5. You can see that 5 in box 7 is going to then be in this domino, 5 in box 1 is going to be in this domino, 5 in box 2 is going to be in this domino, and 5 in box 8 is going to be in this domino, and we're going to have 2 5s in column 8. So this can't be 5, that's going to have to be a 3. Oh, that's rotten. That doesn't do anything. Oh, really? Okay, that's weird. I mean, am I missing something? I could well be missing something, but I don't see what it is. Right. Sorry, that's not it then. Maybe it's the actual 5s. So if that's 5, that's 5, that's 5, that's 5. They do sort of windmill, don't they? Yes, they do, and that's important. Right. Right. So what I can see there is that I'm going to just use colours to show you. Let's look at the possible positions for 5 in box 1. And there's sort of a binary position. The 5s are either in this horizontal domino or they're in this vertical domino. And the thing that we're going to appreciate, I think, is that this Renban is going to be an extreme. I see what this is sort of going. This is going to be an extreme Renban. Let me show you. This is really pretty. So this, if the 5s were in the red domino, they would be in the red domino in box 2. They would be in the red domino in box 8, and they'd be in the red domino in box 7. So that's one possibility. But the other possibility is that they're in the, what colour should we have? A green domino. They're in the green domino in box 1. Now, if they're in the green domino in box 1, they're in the green domino in box 7, the green domino in box 8, and this green domino in box 2. Now, where are they not then in box 2? They're never in this cell. And also, you can see that whether originally we put the 5 in red or green, there is a 5 looking at this collection of digits. And it's a 4-cell Renban. So what do we now know? We know two things that are really funny about this. I'm going to actually get rid of my greens and red colouring. We know there's no 5 on this Renban, so it's either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6, 7, 8, 9, because it needs to be a consecutive sequence. But what I can see we can do from that is we can colour it. Because if it was whatever the purple set is, say purple was 6, 7, 8, 9, then clearly this can't be 6, 7, 8, 9. This would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And if purple is instead a 1, 2, 3, 4 digit, this has to be a 6, 7, 8, 9 digit. So the crucial thing is that this is entirely indigo. Yeah, and now that resolves our 5 windmill. This is a beautiful puzzle. Honestly, this is beautiful. Because now, look at box 1. Where are all the indigo digits? Well, they're not in these 2 cells. Because all 4 indigos are looking at these 2 cells. But there are 4 indigos in this box. So they have to go there, which means these don't include 5. Just imagine that indigo was 1, 2, 3, 4. These can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. Purple can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have to be in those positions. And now 5 in box 1 is in this horizontal domino, so it's not there. It's not here. And it's not there, so it is here. And so one of these is 5 and one is purple. Right, so in row 1, where are all the purples going? These 2 have to be purple, because there's only one purple in this domino. And, oh no, that doesn't quite. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what that means, but it probably means something. I wonder if I should reinstate a colour for 5. I'm just thinking if I did have a colour for 5, then I could colour both of these cells. I think I will do that. I think I'll say 5s are dark green. So if 5s are dark green, this pair is either 5 or purple. This pair is either indigo or dark green. I can't colour this yet. I don't think I understand it yet, do I? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can. I don't think I can. I can... Yeah, that's... Okay, it's going to be something to do with this. This 4-cell sequence here doesn't have 5 on it either. Because there's a green in one of these, and there's a 5 in one of these, this line can't have 5 on it, and it's a bit like this line. It's forced to be extreme. Now, the rather annoying thing about this, though, is that I can colour it by reference to the bottom colours, but not the top colours. Because once we know that this is an extreme Renban, so imagine it's 1, 2, 3, 4, this digit can't be 1, 2, 3, 4 now, because it would see all of them. So this digit is the opposite colour to that Renban, which means this is grey. So... No, I can't. Oh, I can't visualize this. Does that mean I somehow know how to get communication between purple indigo and grey yellow? If this was indigo, yeah, actually it's quite clear, isn't it? That's lovely again. Right. Let's imagine for a moment that grey is indigo. So I'm going to just change grey to be indigo and show you why that's a problem. Because that obviously means yellow is now purple. Now look at this column. Look at column 6. How many... We've got all the indigos placed. Because there's 1 here, 2 more here, that's 3, and 1 of these, that's 4. So there's no more indigos to put in. These digits can't be 5, so they both have to be purple. And now I've got 5 purples in box 8, which is definitely not right. So instead of that, I'm going to have to do this manually. This bottom line is the other way round. In fact, I might just unwind. That might be better. So because what we effectively know now is that grey is purple and yellow is indigo. Now, what does that mean? I don't know yet. Wow. No, I really don't think I do know, do I? I've had... It might be this sequence now. I have a lot of... Okay, I've got certainly the top digit here. Oh, that... Yeah, no, it's actually very clear. It's very clear. Look at column 3 now. And I want to think about this sequence, which definitely includes 2 low, we'll call them low digits. So they are 2 low digits, 2 digits from 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I don't know what colour that corresponds to. But it doesn't, but this digit, if this was also low, these 3 cells here would all be of the same colour. But that's definitely wrong, because I've definitely got 2 purples in column 3 and I've got 2 indigos in column 3. So these can't all be the same colour. So how do we stop them being the same colour? We have to make this 8, which means this is 4 and this is 2. Now the rather distressing thing about that is that I don't know if that does anything. How can we use that to know what's going on in the puzzle? I don't know that we can. That's bizarre. That is absolutely bizarre, but I might be missing something. I mean, 4 is quite difficult to put on a green line because 4 is only one better than 5 in the sense that 5 has no possible neighbours. 4 only has one possible neighbour, and that's the digit 9. So if 4 was the purple digit, oh, hang on. No, hang on, it is clear. No, it is clear. I've just realised 4 can't be the indigo digit because, okay, I hadn't really taken account of the fact that this is definitely a purple and a 5. Yeah, that's it. That's lovely. Right, 4, imagine 4 was indigo. So let's just make it indigo for a moment. Then I've got to put it in the indigo cells of box 1, which are going to be in those 2 cells. But those are impossible for 4. They've got 2 neighbours on the lines. So if this is 4, these are double 9. If this is 4, these are double 9. So that won't work. So this has got to be low, or to put it a different way, it's got to be purple, which means these 3 are all purple. This is indigo. So one of these is 8 now. That's forced. We don't really know. Although I have got the colouring now. And I'm probably going to be able to extend the colouring. I can see that in column 3, so we might have to do that next. I'm not sure quite, or I'm not sure how much more I can do, I suppose. So this is a 1 or a 2, and this is a 1 or a 2. That definitely seems to be true. 6 in indigo must be in these 2 cells, because for the same reason neither of these cells could be 4, neither of them can be 6, because they would cause double 1 to surround them. And okay, so these oh, I see. So, and the bottom of this column is made up of a green digit and an indigo digit, which means that these 2 digits are one of each. They're an indigo and a purple. And okay, can we keep this going or not? I'm not sure. No, I'm really not sure. I mean, 4. Oh, I suppose. Hang on. Is it this line now? Because I now know that this is a high line. That is a 6, 7, 8, 9. So perhaps 6 certainly can't go in these indigo positions because again, oh no, that's not even true. That's not even true. 6 can go in this one because that one is a little bit subtle, isn't it? The 1 would go here and the 1 would go there and they don't see each other. So what I just said was nonsense. That has to be 7, 8 or 9. That is certainly true. This has to be 1, 2 or 3. It can't be 4 because that does have 2 neighbours. Ah, okay. So I'm not quite there yet, I don't think. Well, how do we do this? This digit has to be a 1 or a 3. Oh, I suppose, yeah, these are 1, 2, 3, 4. We might as well fill that in case that leads to some sort of epiphany. Oh, right, that digit is indigo, I think. In row 7, I've got 2 purples, 3 purples, and one of those is a purple. Now this digit can't be 5 because the 5s are in there, so it must be purple. Sorry, it can't be purple, so it must be purple. No, it can't be purple, so it must be indigo. And one of these is indigo, and one of these is green. Now that, wait a sec. So that's going to complete indigo for box 8. 1, 2, 3, and one of these is 4. So these are both purple, but now I've got all the purples in this column. Neither of these can be 4s, so therefore, so there is a 4 in one of these. Neither of these can be 4 because they'd be surrounded by double 9. So there's a 4 in one of those, which means this is not a 4. So now there's a 4 in one of these. That's gorgeous. Right, so now we can see where is 4 in box 7. Now it's not in row 7, and it's not there because that would be pinioned by double 9. So the 4 has to go here, and then that is a 9. And now that is a 4. And hopefully we can do something with this. 4 in box 1. It can't be this cell because that would be surrounded by double 9. So 4 goes here. That's going to give us a 5 in the corner. So that might do something. No, no, it doesn't. But the 4 here, okay, these are from 1, 2, and 3. One of these is a 3, so this isn't a 3. Okay, so, oh, sorry, I see. So where's 4 in box 2? It's got to go there. So that's 4, that's 9. So this is now not 9. No, oh, no, 9 isn't quite placed in box 8. 9, no, 9 is also not placed apparently in box 1. So this digit is 7 or 8. It can't be 6 because again that would be surrounded by double 1. Oh yeah, and the other thing I was going to note is that I know the colour of this one now, which is not purple, so that's got to be indigo. But it's not 8, so that is 6, 7 or 9. Yeah, that's okay, and that is very suspicious, isn't it? Wow. In fact, that's very beautiful setting again. Okay, I'm just going to label this Dutch Whisper up, and we're going to talk about these 2 digits now, because they are under severe pressure. Now, hopefully, my introductory remarks on German whispers taught us that digits oscillate along German whispers between lower than 5 and higher than 5. Now, Dutch whispers, unfortunately, are different creatures because the digits only have to be 4 apart. But I want to think about what happens along a Dutch whispers line if the digit 5 didn't exist on the line. What then would happen if the digits have to be at least 4 apart? Again, hopefully you can see that you could never populate the line with 2 digits from the same side of 5, because these can only be 3 apart. So if there's no 5 on a line, what's going to happen to the polarity along the line if there's no 5 on it? What's going to happen is it's going to oscillate, just as it does with a German whisper. But that's not happening here. There's definitely no oscillation between this position and this position because they're 2 apart. In theory, if there's no 5, this should be indigo, and this should be purple, which it's not. So there must be a 5 that's interfered with that ability. And now why does 5 change things? It's because 5 can be next to 1 and 9 on the line. So a 5, imagine, I don't know how to show, I mean this is going to show it, but because this 5 will allow the polarity to shift round, because what's going to happen is this is going to be a 1-5 pair. I don't yet know. I mean, if this was 5, then this would be 1, this would be 9, and the whole world would work. And this would be, obviously, more than 4 different from the digit 1. And if this was 5, this would be 9, this would be 1. And then this would obviously be more than the requisite difference. But because one of these must be 5, one of these must be 9. Ah, that nearly died. Wait a moment. Hang on. Because, okay, so I think all I'm saying at the moment is that one of these two digits has to be 9 because it must be next to 5 in order for the polarity to change along the line. So let's just go with that deduction. One of these digits is a 9. Now that means this digit, which is from the same polarity set, so it's from 6, 7, 8, and 9, is now not 9. Because if this is 9, neither of these can be 9. So this is 6, 7, or 8. Now where is 9 in this box? I don't think I know, but I do know enough for it to be interesting, because that 9 and that 9 rule 9s out of those cells. So one of these is 9, but that means that this is 9 by Sudoku. And if that's 9, if that's 9, does that mean that that is 5? Or could we have 2 9s on the line? Maybe that's... If you did have 2 9s on the line, would that cause any issues? It would make this a 9. Yeah, I don't actually... I think it's true to say what... At least, I think I would have... I don't think I expressed it this way, but I think I should have done. I think the logic before was that at least one of these was 9. Not exactly one of them was 9. At least one of them is 9. I see. Now this 9 here places 9 in box 4, look, and that gives me a 5, which we know is a dark green digit. So now there's a 9 in one of those two cells. And surely this is important because, hang on. Now this is a 9 apparently by Sudoku, and that's a 6. So these two digits are on the German Whisper in box 1 are a 7-8 pair. Now whichever one of these is 7 has to be flanked by 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 are the only digits sufficiently different from 7. So imagine this was 7. That would be a 1-2 pair, yet that digit is meant to be a 1 or a 2. So that can't be 7. That must be 8. So that's 8. That's 7. This is a 1 or a 2, and this is a 3. Oh, it's just... that does seem to work from a Sudoku perspective. Oh, and there's a 2 there. So that's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 2 by Sudoku. We've got a 1-3 pair here. This is gorgeous. It is really, really brilliantly set. Now these are now not 1. We know there's a 1 on this Renban because all of the digits on it are different. So there's now 1 in one of these, which means this isn't a 1. And what have we not put in column? We haven't put 7 in. So this is a 5-7 pair, which means this digit is an 8. Oh, well, we might have known that anyway, but it is. One of these is a 6. Okay, I don't seem to know which one of those is... Oh, no, there must be a 6 in one of those, mustn't there? So it is this one. So 6 is high, which means this digit is low, and that's 2 or 3, and it can't be 3. So that's 2. This is 3, which is lovely with the 8 or the 9 on the line surrounding it. This is a 1. This is a 2-3 pair. And these digits, if we haven't made a ricket, are 1-6-7. And they're 1-6-7 by reference to column and box. So it does suggest we're on the right lines. Now, what should we use this for? I see. So I can get... So this is now a 3-4 pair on our Renban here, which means this is a 1 and this is a 2. So this is a 2 and this is a 3. That doesn't put much pressure on this digit, but it does remove 6. 6 and 2 are 4 apart, but this is a green line, so we must remember that. And this is... Okay, so, right. So this is 1, so this is 5, which means this has to be the 1 to change the polarity. So we can purplify that, green this, and okay, this isn't 6, I see, by Sudoku. Oh, God, I thought I'd broken the puzzle. Whoa. this 6, where's 6 in box 8? Now remember what we said about 6. It has to be surrounded by 1s on a whispers line. And I was looking there thinking, it just didn't look to me like you could put 6, but you can put it there. It is, and it is surrounded by double 1. So this digit is 7 or 8 by Sudoku, sees 6 and 9. So that's a 7-8 pair, and this, we can place the 9, can't we? So that's 9 and that's 5, and that means we can unwind our colouring there. So we ought to do that. This digit is an 8 by colouring and sort of noting what it sees. So this isn't 8. So these are 5, 6 and 7, and that's not 7, and that's not 6. So we get a chocolate teapot here. Oh, but if that, hang on, if that's 5, 6, 7, and it does seem to be, then this digit's an 8. So that's 8, that's 7, that's 5. 5 we know is the green digit. 7 we know is not the green digit. So now by Sudoku, this digit is a 7. Which is fine. It's not a 9, but it's sufficiently different from 1 for us not to worry about that. And now I can place the 1 in box 4 by that fair-weathered friend Sudoku. I can do the 1 and the 3 in box 2 by Sudoku. It's quite a garish colour scheme I've got going on, but forgive me for that. I don't want to change it now because I'll just get lost. Okay, let's try and do some Sudoku in box 5. What do we need here? 4, 5, 7. I can do the 5. That's got to be 5. So I can actually do all of that. That's got to be 4. That's got to be 7. So that was more straightforward than I feared it might be. And then 3, 6, 8 here. Well, that might be more difficult, except this digit can't be 6 or 8. It would be too close on the Dutch whisper. So the fact that this Dutch whisper extends into this cell is actually really nice. It makes this a 3, which we know is a low digit. So these two digits are a 3-9 pair now. This 7 is doing some work. I didn't see that, so that all finishes. I can colour all of those in indigo. And so this row, I must know what I need. I need an 8 and a 4. Doesn't seem to be resolved. And these cells are 2, 6, 7. And that's not 7. And okay, that's not quite done, is it? But I think we'll be able to do better in box 9. What do we need? We need 2, 6, 8 at the bottom into these cells. These cells therefore are 1, 5, 9. Okay, so what do we need there? We can't put 5 or 9 there. They're not going to be sufficiently different. So this is 1, which we know is therefore a pinkle digit. We can put the pinkle 1 in box 3, which means these digits are from 2, 5, 6, are they? Those? They seem to be. How do we do that? Not sure. I'm not sure. Okay. So instead of... how does this resolve then? Is it these? I'm getting a bit desperate now. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 7 into these cells. Which is... okay, I can get rid of 5 from this one, 7 from this one. This can't be a 3, 4 pair because that would break this cell, but it couldn't be anyway, actually. This dot must do something. It's ruling 4 out from the top cell. Oh, yes. Oh, no, that doesn't do it. Okay, but it does... 4 can't go in the top cell because this can't be 3 or 5. But that does give us a parity point, doesn't it? This top digit is now indisputably odd. It is 3, 5 or 7, which on a consecutive pair of digits means this digit has to be even. So that's 2 or 6, which gives me a 2-6 pair there. So that's a 7. So this isn't 7. Aha! And now I've got a 3-4 pair here. So this has become 8. That becomes 4. I've got 7 and 8 looking at this square. And oh dear, hang on. So I've got a 3, 4. What's going on in this column? Can I not place I feel like it's done. Oh, it's the 5, 9. I just didn't see it. 5, 9, 6, 7, 5, 6. 2, 5 pair there. Let's just finish this off then. So that goes there. That goes there. 2, 5 is done by this cell. So 5, 2, 6, 2. Ah, careful. Oh, well, no, it can't be 5. Because of this 5, so that's got to be 7. This is an 8, 9 pair up here now. This is 6, 6, 7. We're not doing memeing. Yeah, this column needs a 2, so we can put that into it. This 6 is telling us the order of the bottom cells. That does the 8 and the 9. That does the 9 and the 3. That does the 3 and the 4. That does the 4 and the 3. And that is just beautiful. Let's just quickly make sure that we've got all our colouring sorted out. All of those have got to be indigo. Those have got to be green. Now let's just take a quick look. Does that look sensible? Probably. Yes, that was great. That is a great puzzle. RandyDan, take a bow. That was beautiful. I 100% agree with 99% sneaky. That's glorious. The way that the Renban lines work was my favourite piece. That we could colour all of the digits, and the way that the 5s interacted as well. It's beautiful. It's beautiful logic. And, oh, actually, no, I really like the fact that those were of the same polarity on the Dutch Whisper as well. That is classy. Really, really good puzzle. I hope you had a go. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.